I didn't plan to take the night bus. No one does. My car broke down just outside the city. Middle of nowhere. No signal. No lights. Just an empty road stretching into darkness. I waited for almost an hour. Nothing passed. No cars. No people. Then I saw headlights. Far in the distance. Moving slowly toward me. Relief hit instantly. Finally. But something felt off. The lights didn't move like a normal vehicle. Too steady. Too smooth. And there was no engine sound. Not until it got closer. A low hum. Deep. Almost vibrating through the ground. The bus stopped right in front of me. Old. Really old. Faded paint. Scratches along the sides. Windows too dark to see inside. The door opened slowly. With a long metallic hiss. No driver spoke. No one leaned out. Just silence. I hesitated. Hello? No response. Then a voice came from inside. You getting on or not? Rough. Tired. I stepped closer. The inside lights flickered weakly. I could see people sitting. Quiet. All of them. Not talking. Not moving much. Just there. Something about it felt wrong. But I didn't have options. So I stepped on. The door shut behind me immediately. Too fast. Too final. I turned toward the front. The driver sat there. Face barely visible in the dim light. Hands on the wheel. Still. Where's this going? I asked. A pause. Then. You'll get off where you need to. That didn't answer anything. But before I could ask again, the bus started moving. Smooth. Silent. Too smooth. I grabbed the nearest seat. Sat down. And that's when I noticed the paper. Folded. Placed neatly on the seat beside me. My chest tightened slightly. What's this? I picked it up. Unfolded it. And read. There are 7 rules for surviving the night bus. My stomach dropped. What? I looked around. No one was watching me. No one reacting. Like this was normal. I looked back at the paper. The writing was messy. Rushed. Like whoever wrote it didn't have much time. I kept reading. Rule 1: do not talk to the driver after the bus starts moving. I glanced toward the front. The driver hadn't moved. Not even slightly. Rule 2: if a passenger asks you where you're going, do not answer. My chest tightened. Why? Rule 3: if the lights flicker 3 times, ignore it. Nothing is wrong. I paused. Nothing is wrong. That didn't sound right. That sounded like a lie. I kept reading. Rule 4: do not look out the windows between stops. Rule 5: if you hear knocking, stay in your seat. Rule 6: if someone sits next to you when the bus is full, do not acknowledge them. My stomach dropped slightly. I looked around. There were empty seats. Plenty. Rule 7: if you reach the last stop and the driver tells you to stay, run. My hands felt cold. What kind of joke is this? I looked up again. Still no reactions. No one looking at me. No one moving. Like everyone already knew. Or didn't care. The bus lights flickered once. Then again. My chest tightened. Don't. Third flicker. Everything went dark for half a second. Then back to normal. Silence. I looked down at the paper. Rule 3. If the lights flicker 3 times, ignore it. Nothing is wrong. But something felt wrong. Very wrong. Because during that darkness, I felt something move. Not outside. Inside the bus. I looked up slowly. And now, there were more passengers. I didn't blink. I didn't move. But I knew. There were more of them now. The seats that were empty before weren't empty anymore. Passengers sat there. Still. Silent. Like they had always been there. But they hadn't. I would have noticed. I had checked. There were empty rows. Now they were filled. My chest tightened. No. I forced myself to look down at the paper again. Rule 3. If the lights flicker 3 times, ignore it. Nothing is wrong. That was a lie. It had to be. Because something had changed. Something had come in. Or something had been revealed. I looked up slowly. Careful not to move too fast. Careful not to draw attention. The passengers? They didn't look normal. Not fully. At first glance, they did. Just people sitting quietly. But the longer I looked, the more wrong they felt. Their posture was too still. Their breathing barely noticeable. And their faces. Some of them were turned slightly away. Just enough that I couldn't see them clearly. Like they didn't want me to. Or like I wasn't supposed to. My fingers tightened around the paper. Don't look too much. I whispered it to myself. Rule 4. Do not look out the windows. But it didn't say anything about not looking at them. Still, something told me to stop. One of the passengers shifted. Just slightly. My chest locked. The movement was slow. Delayed. Like it wasn't natural. Like it was copying movement, not doing it. Then it stopped again. Still. Silent. Like nothing happened. The bus kept moving. Smooth. No bumps. No turns I could feel. Just forward. Always forward. I glanced toward the driver. Still the same. Still unmoving. Hands on the wheel. Face hidden. Rule 1. Do not talk to the driver after the bus starts moving. I looked away quickly. Something about staring too long felt dangerous. Then. A voice. Right behind me. Where are you going? My entire body froze. Rule 2. If a passenger asks you where you're going, do not answer. My chest tightened painfully. The voice sounded normal. Too normal. Calm. Friendly even. Hey. Closer now. I'm talking to you. I didn't turn around. I didn't respond. I just stared forward. My breathing slow. Controlled. Or at least trying to be. Silence stretched for a few seconds. Then. That's rude. The tone changed slightly. Still calm. But colder. I felt something shift behind me. Closer. Leaning in. Like it was trying to get into my view. Trying to force me to look. My grip tightened on the seat. Don't respond. Don't turn. Don't react. The presence lingered for a moment. Then slowly. It pulled back. The pressure eased. My chest loosened slightly. Good. The voice whispered softly. Not annoyed. Not angry. Just observing. Then silence again. I swallowed slowly. That worked. At least one rule worked. But that meant the others mattered too. The bus lights flickered once. My chest tightened again instantly. Not 3 times. Just once. Still wrong. Very wrong. I looked down at the paper again. Nothing about a single flicker. Only 3. That meant this wasn't part of the rules. This was something else. The windows reflected faint light. I could see the outline of the passengers. Their shapes. Their stillness. Then I noticed something. The reflections didn't match. My chest tightened hard. The people in the reflection. They were facing me. All of them. Even the ones who weren't in real view. Even the ones sitting behind me. In the glass. They were all turned toward me. Watching. Smiling slightly. My breath caught. Don't look out the windows. Rule 4. Too late. I was already looking. The reflection shifted. One of them leaned closer. Its face stretching slightly in the glass. Too wide. Too wrong. I snapped my eyes forward instantly. Heart racing now. That was a mistake. A big one. The bus slowed slightly. Not stopping. Just slowing. Like it was approaching something. Or someone. A soft knocking sound echoed. From the side of the bus. My chest tightened again. Rule 5. If you hear knocking, stay in your seat. The knocking came again. Louder this time. Closer. Like something was right outside the window. Trying to get in. Let me in. The voice came faintly through the glass. Distorted. Not human. Please? I didn't move. Didn't even breathe properly. The knocking grew louder. More desperate. More aggressive. Then. It stopped. Instantly. Complete silence. The bus picked up speed again. Smooth. Like nothing happened. My chest slowly loosened. That rule worked too. But something still felt wrong. Something deeper. Something about the list itself. I looked down again. At Rule 3. If the lights flicker 3 times, ignore it. Nothing is wrong. No. That was wrong. That was the only rule that didn't protect you. That one. Let something in. I felt it now. The presence. Closer than before. Not behind me. Not in front of me. Right beside me. Slowly. Very slowly. The empty seat next to me sank slightly. Like someone just sat down. My chest stopped completely. Rule 6. If someone sits next to you when the bus is full, do not acknowledge them. But the bus wasn't full before. Now. It was. And something was sitting next to me. Breathing. Waiting. Right beside me. I didn't turn. I didn't look. But I knew it was there. Right beside me. Close enough that I could feel the weight of it on the seat. The fabric dipped slightly. Real. Too real. My chest tightened slowly. Don't acknowledge it. Rule 6. That rule mattered now more than anything. Because whatever just sat down wasn't supposed to be there. The bus hadn't stopped. No doors opened. No one got on. And yet, it was here. The presence shifted slightly. Not much. Just enough to make the seat creak. My hands tightened on my knees. Stay still. Don't react. A faint sound came from beside me. Breathing. Slow. Uneven. Like it was learning how to do it. My throat felt dry. I kept my eyes forward. Focused on nothing. Anything but it. Then, "You can hear me, right?" The voice was soft. "Close." Right next to my ear. I didn't respond. Didn't even blink. Silence stretched for a moment. Then, "I know you can." The tone changed slightly. Still calm. But sharper now. More aware. I forced myself to breathe slowly. In. Out. Controlled. It leaned slightly closer. I could feel it. Cold. Not like normal cold. Something deeper. "Why aren't you answering?" I stayed quiet. Rule 6. Do not acknowledge them. That includes talking. That includes reacting. That includes everything. Another pause. Then a small sound. Almost like a chuckle. "Good." My chest tightened. "Good?" That wasn't the reaction I expected. "You're following the rules." The words hit differently. Like it understood the list. Like it was part of it. Most don't. I swallowed slowly. Still not looking. Still not speaking. The presence shifted again. Leaning back slightly this time. The pressure eased a little. "But that one won't save you." My chest tightened instantly. That one. Rule 6. Or something else? I didn't respond. Couldn't respond. But my mind was racing now. "You already broke one." The voice continued softly. Almost conversational. "You looked at the window." My stomach dropped. It knew. Of course it knew. And you believed the wrong rule. My grip tightened harder. Rule 3. The lie? Nothing is wrong. It whispered it slowly. Mocking. That's the worst one. My chest felt heavy. Cold. Because that's when it starts. The bus lights flickered once. Then again. My heart jumped. Don't. Third flicker. Everything went dark for half a second. Then back. The presence beside me didn't move. Didn't change. Because it was already here. "See?" It whispered. "That's not nothing." My breathing became uneven. That confirmed it. Rule 3 was wrong. Not just wrong. Dangerous. They put that one in to make sure it happens. They? The thought hit instantly. But I didn't say it. Didn't move. Every bus needs it. The voice continued. Calm. Certain. A way to let us in. My chest tightened painfully. Us. Not it. Us. More than one. Always more than one. The bus slowed again. Slightly. Not stopping. Just enough to feel different. The driver moved. For the first time. My breath stopped. His head tilted slightly. Not turning fully. Just enough. Like he was listening. Don't look at him. The voice beside me whispered quickly. Urgent now. I kept my eyes forward. Didn't even think about it. Rule 1. Do not talk to the driver. But this felt deeper than that. The driver's hand twitched on the wheel. Small movement. But real. Then still again. The bus picked up speed. Faster than before. The hum deepened. Vibrating through the floor. Through my chest. Through everything. We're getting close. The thing beside me said softly. My stomach dropped. Close to what? I didn't say it. But the question echoed in my head. Last stop. My chest tightened instantly. Rule 7. If you reach the last stop and the driver tells you to stay. Run. The presence leaned slightly closer again. Most people don't run. Its voice softened. Almost pitying. They listen. A pause. Then. You won't, right? My breathing slowed. Focused. Clear. I didn't respond. But I knew. If that moment came, I wouldn't stay. The bus lights flickered again. Not 3 times. Just once. But this time, something else changed. The windows. The darkness outside. Shifted. Not road anymore. Not buildings. Something deeper. Endless. Moving. Watching. I kept my eyes forward. But I could feel it. Something outside. Keeping pace with the bus. Something massive. Something waiting. The presence beside me whispered one last time. It's already watching you. My chest tightened slowly. Cold realization settling in. This wasn't about surviving the bus. This was about making it to the end. And whatever waited there was worse than anything inside. The bus slowed again. Not slightly this time. Fully. Gradually. Like it was reaching a destination. My chest tightened. No announcement. No signal. Just that low hum fading as the wheels rolled slower and slower. The passengers didn't react. Not a single one. Still. Silent. Like they already knew. Or didn't care. The thing beside me didn't move either. Its presence steady. Cold. Waiting. This is where most people mess up. It whispered. My throat felt dry. I didn't respond. Didn't move. The bus came to a complete stop. No jerk. No sound. Just stillness. Heavy. Thick. Wrong. The doors didn't open. Not yet. The lights dimmed slightly. Then stabilized. The driver moved again. Slowly. For the second time. My chest locked. His head turned just enough. Like he was about to look back. Don't. The thing beside me said quickly. Urgent. I kept my eyes forward. Every instinct screaming to look. To see his face. To understand what he was. But I didn't. I couldn't risk it. The driver stopped halfway. Didn't turn fully. Then returned to facing forward. Still again. The doors hissed. Long. Metallic. And slowly. They opened. My stomach dropped. There was nothing outside. No road. No lights. No buildings. Just darkness. Endless. Thick. Like the bus had stopped in the middle of nowhere that didn't exist. The air changed instantly. Colder. Heavier. Something wrong about it. Like it didn't belong. A faint sound came from outside. Soft at first. Then clearer. Whispers. Multiple. Lead. Come out. This is your stop. You're supposed to get off. My chest tightened painfully. Rule 5 had already proven something outside could talk. But this was different. This was calling. The passengers still didn't move. Didn't react. Like they couldn't hear it. Or like they were ignoring it on purpose. The thing beside me leaned slightly closer. Don't listen to that. I nodded very slightly. Barely noticeable. Good. The whispers grew louder. Closer. Like something was right at the door. Waiting. We've been waiting for you. You're late. Come out. My hands tightened into fists. Stay seated. Don't move. Don't listen. The rules weren't random. They were survival. The bus lights flickered once. Then again. My heart jumped. Don't. Third flicker. Darkness for a split second. Then back. The whispers stopped instantly. Complete silence outside. My chest tightened. That again. Rule 3. The lie? Something shifted. I felt it immediately. Not outside. Inside the bus. The presence beside me changed. Not moving. But different. Colder. Heavier. It's closer now. It whispered. My throat went dry. What is? I didn't say it. But I felt the answer anyway. The one that comes in. My chest tightened. The doors were still open. Darkness still there. Waiting. Something moved in that darkness. I couldn't see it. But I felt it. Approaching. Slow. Certain. The driver spoke. For the first time since I got on. This is your stop. My entire body froze. Rule 7. If you reach the last stop and the driver tells you to stay, run. But he didn't say stay. He said this is your stop. My mind raced. Was this the last stop? Or just a stop? Don't get off. The thing beside me said quietly. Firm now. No hesitation. This isn't yours. My chest tightened. That meant the real last stop was still ahead. And this was something else. Something worse. The whispers started again. But not from outside this time. From inside the bus. Passengers. Soft voices. Lead. Go. You should go. It's your stop. I clenched my jaw. Didn't move. Didn't react. Because I knew now. They weren't helping. They were pushing. The darkness outside shifted again. Closer. Right at the edge of the door now. Waiting. The driver's voice came again. Last call. My chest tightened hard. Last call. That sounded final. Dangerous. The presence beside me leaned closer one last time. If you step off here, you don't come back. No hesitation in its voice. No doubt. Just truth. I stayed still. Didn't move. Didn't look. Didn't respond. The seconds stretched. Heavy. Silent. Then. The door slammed shut. Hard. Loud. The bus jolted forward instantly. Faster than before. The whispers stopped. The darkness outside pulled away. Gone. Like it was never there. My chest slowly loosened. That wasn't it. But something told me. The real stop was coming. And when it did, I wouldn't get another warning. The bus didn't slow right away. It kept moving. Faster than before. Too fast for a normal road. The hum deepened. Vibrating through the floor, through my chest, through my head. The windows stayed dark. No lights outside. No signs of a city. Just endless black moving beside us. My breathing stayed controlled. Slow. Focused. Because I knew now. That wasn't the last stop. That was something trying to take me early. And I almost believed it. The thing beside me shifted slightly. Not as close as before. But still there. Still watching. You did better than most. It said quietly. I didn't respond. But I felt something change. Not relief. Not safety. Just continuation. The bus lights flickered once. Then steadied. No third flicker. No shift. That meant one thing. Whatever Rule 3 triggered, it hadn't happened again. Yet. The passengers remained still. But now I could feel it. Subtle movement. Small changes. Their heads tilted slightly. Not toward the windows. Toward the front. Toward the driver. Like they were waiting for something. Like they knew what was coming next. My chest tightened. It's close. The thing beside me whispered. I didn't need to ask what it meant. I already knew. The real last stop. The one the rules were warning about. The bus began to slow again. This time, different. Not gradual. Not smooth. Heavier. Like something was pulling it down. Holding it in place. The hum dropped lower. Deeper. Almost like it was struggling. My grip tightened on the seat. This is it. No doubt this time. The passengers moved. All at once. Subtle. But real. Every single one of them straightened. Sitting upright. Perfect posture. Facing forward. My chest tightened hard. They hadn't moved like that before. Not together. Not like this. The bus came to a full stop. This time. It didn't feel empty. It felt watched. The doors stayed closed. The lights dimmed lower than before. Almost dark. The driver moved again. Slowly. Deliberately. His hand lifted from the wheel. Rested at his side. Then his head turned. Further than before. Almost enough to see his face. Don't look. The thing beside me whispered sharply. I kept my eyes forward. Even though everything in me wanted to see. To understand. To know what was driving this bus. But I didn't. Because this felt different. This felt final. The driver spoke. Clear. Cold. This is the last stop. My chest locked instantly. Rule 7. This was it. No doubt now. The doors opened slowly. Long metallic hiss. But this time. There was something outside. Not darkness. Not emptiness. Shapes. Tall. Still. Waiting. Barely visible in the dim light. My stomach dropped. They weren't moving. But I knew they were looking. All of them. At the bus. At me. The air shifted again. Heavier than before. Thicker. Like stepping outside would crush you. The driver spoke again. You can stay. My breath stopped. There it was. The exact words. Rule 7. If you reach the last stop and the driver tells you to stay, run. My heart slammed in my chest. This was the moment. No confusion. No second guessing. Stay. Or run. The passengers didn't move. Not a single one. They stayed seated. Still. Silent. Like they had chosen. Or like they couldn't choose anymore. The thing beside me leaned closer one last time. If you stay, you become one of them. Its voice was quiet. But serious. No tricks. No lies. Just truth. If you run, don't stop. My chest tightened hard. That meant even running wasn't safe. Just better. The shapes outside shifted slightly. Closer now. Waiting. The driver's voice came one last time. Last chance. My body moved before I could think. I stood up instantly. The seat creaked loudly, breaking the silence. For the first time, all the passengers turned their heads. At the same time, toward me. My chest froze. Their faces. Wrong. All of them. Smiling slightly. Too wide. Too still. Watching me stand. Watching me choose. I didn't hesitate. I ran. Straight for the door. The air outside hit instantly. Cold. Heavy. Crushing. But I kept moving. Didn't look back. Didn't stop. Because I knew. If I slowed down, if I hesitated even for a second, something would catch me. The ground felt wrong under my feet. Not solid. Not unstable either. Just different. Like I wasn't running on something real. But I didn't stop. Couldn't stop. The air outside was heavy. Each breath harder than the last. Like something was pressing against my lungs. Trying to slow me down. I pushed forward anyway. Faster. Ignoring everything except one thing. Keep running. Behind me, I heard movement. Not footsteps. Not chasing in a normal way. Something shifting. Sliding. Closing distance without sound. My chest tightened. They're coming. I didn't look back. Didn't even think about it. Because I knew. If I looked, I would slow down. And if I slowed down, that was it. The darkness around me wasn't empty. It moved. Subtle. Like shapes forming just outside my vision. Tall outlines appearing, then disappearing. Keeping pace with me. Not rushing. Not attacking. Just staying close. Waiting. My legs burned. Breathing uneven now. But I forced myself forward. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. The words repeated in my head. Louder than anything else. Then. A voice. Right behind me. You're going the wrong way. My chest locked. The same tone as before. Calm. Almost helpful. But I knew better. I kept running. Didn't react. Didn't slow down. You won't make it like this. Closer now. Right at my back. I pushed harder. Ignoring the pain. Ignoring the pressure. Ignoring everything. Because that voice. It wanted me to stop. Even for a second. And I couldn't give it that. The ground shifted slightly. Almost tripping me. But I caught myself. Kept moving. Faster. The shapes around me grew clearer. Not fully visible. But enough. Tall figures. Standing just beyond reach. Watching. Always watching. Not chasing. Just waiting for me to fail. The air grew colder. Sharper. Cutting through my chest with every breath. My legs felt heavy now. Slowing. Fighting me. No. I forced them forward. Step after step. Then. Something grabbed at my arm. Cold. Weak grip. But real. My heart slammed. I yanked free instantly. Didn't look. Didn't stop. Just ran harder. The grip vanished. But I knew. That was the first contact. The next one wouldn't be weak. You're getting tired. The voice again. Now on my left. Moving with me. Keeping pace. Everyone does. My breathing broke. uneven, loud. But I kept moving. Because stopping wasn't an option. Stopping meant choosing to stay. And I already knew what happened if you stayed. The darkness ahead shifted. Different this time. Not empty. Not moving. A shape. Low. Wide. Like a structure forming out of nothing. My chest tightened. What is that? I didn't slow down. But my focus locked onto it. It became clearer with every step. A road. Faint. Barely visible. But real. Solid. Different from the ground I was on. Hope hit instantly. That's the way out. It had to be. The moment my foot hit it, everything changed. The pressure lifted. The air became lighter. Breath easier. My body almost collapsed from the difference. But I kept moving. Still running. Still pushing forward. Because I didn't know if it was safe yet. Behind me. Silence. No movement. No voice. Nothing. I slowed slightly. Just a little. Careful. Listening. Nothing followed. The shapes were gone. The presence, gone. The pressure, gone. My chest heaved as I finally slowed to a stop. Breathing hard. Trying to process what just happened. I turned slowly. Just a glance. Behind me. Nothing. No bus. No darkness. No figures. Just empty space. Like it was never there. My legs almost gave out. I dropped to my knees. Hands on the ground. Breathing heavy. I made it. The words felt unreal. Impossible. But true. I was out. I survived. At least. That's what I thought. I stayed on the ground for a while. Breathing slowly. Letting my body calm down. The silence felt real. Normal. No whispers. No pressure. No presence watching me. Just quiet. For the first time since I got on that bus. Everything felt okay. I stood up slowly. My legs still weak. But steady enough to move. The road stretched ahead of me. Dark, but familiar. Like a normal road at night. No strange shapes. No shifting shadows. Just empty space. I turned around one last time. Nothing. No bus. No sign it was ever there. I let out a slow breath. I made it. This time, it felt real. I started walking. Step by step. The ground solid now. Each movement easier than before. The further I went, the more normal everything became. The air. The silence. The darkness. All of it felt natural again. After a few minutes, I saw lights. Far ahead. Faint. But real. Relief hit instantly. That's a town. I picked up my pace. Walking faster now. Then almost jogging. The lights grew closer. Clearer. Street lights. Buildings. Cars parked along the side. Normal. Completely normal. I stepped onto the street. Everything looked fine. Empty, but not wrong. Just quiet night. I let out a small laugh. Nervous. Relieved. I'm out. I walked further into the town. Looking around. Checking everything. Nothing strange. Nothing out of place. Then I saw it. A bus stop. Old. Worn. Faded paint. My chest tightened slightly. No way. I stepped closer. There was a schedule board attached. Half broken. Barely readable. But one line stood out clearly. Night route, last bus, 2:13 a.m. My stomach dropped. That time. The same time. I looked around slowly. The street was still empty. Too empty. No cars passing. No people walking. Nothing. Just silence again. Different silence this time. Heavier. Familiar. Then I noticed something else. The glass panel of the bus stop. It reflected the street behind me. But something was off. My chest tightened. In the reflection, there were people standing behind me. Still. Watching. My breath caught. I turned instantly. Nothing. Empty street. I turned back to the glass. They were still there. Clearer now. More defined. The passengers. From the bus. All of them. Standing in a line. Smiling. That same wrong smile. My chest tightened painfully. No. The reflection shifted slightly. And one of them stepped forward. Closer to me. But only in the glass. Not in real space. Then. The voice. Soft. Familiar. Right behind me. You ran. My entire body froze. Good. Cold breath brushed the back of my neck. I didn't turn. Couldn't turn. Most don't make it this far. The same voice from the bus. The one that sat beside me. My chest tightened. You think you escaped? Silence stretched for a second. Then. A quiet laugh. You only made it to the next stop. My heart dropped completely. No. The streetlights flickered once. Then again. My chest tightened instantly. Don't. Third flicker. Darkness swallowed everything for a split second. Then it came back. But not the same. The town was gone. The street, gone. I was standing at another road. Empty. Dark. Endless. And in the distance, headlights appeared. Slowly moving toward me. My breathing broke. No. The low hum reached me again. That deep vibration. The same sound. The same feeling. The bus. It was coming back. The voice whispered one last time. The rules don't help you escape. A pause. Closer now. They just help you last longer. The bus stopped in front of me. Door opening slowly. That same metallic hiss. The same darkness inside. Waiting. Always waiting. And on the first seat, a folded paper. Waiting for me. Again. My hands trembled slightly. Because now I understood. There is no last stop. There is no escape. There is only the ride. And once you get on, you never really get off.